Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sebastian to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show. We'll cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we'll give you guys a fresh perspective on things. And how we see them in today, folks. We're still reacting to the bombshell mega bomb trade that went down yesterday. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So yesterday, one of the biggest trades that caught everyone off guard went down. Day for yesterday, actually. Now, with Luka Doncic being traded to the Los Angeles Lakers for Anthony Davis. And as a matter of fact, the full trade included, I'm going to read from Sham's post on his Twitter account. It says, breaking, the Dallas Mavericks are trading Luka Doncic, Maxi Kleber, and Markieff Morris to the Los Angeles Lakers for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 first-round pick. Sources tell ESPN, three-team deal that includes Utah. I want you guys to think about this. This tweet, okay, had 18,000 comments, 100,000 retweets, 267,000 likes, and it was viewed 90 million times. Just absolutely crazy stuff, right? Or 90 million impressions, however you want to call it. Crazy stuff. And everyone has reacted to this news. Yesterday, they even had to bring Stephen A. Smith back on. I think he was off for the weekend or something like that. They brought him on SportsCenter. So many people waited, but one of the people that kind of surprised me when I heard from him was Charles Barkley, right? The most outspoken man in sports media. So they brought Charles Barkley. Actually, I saw the clip. I think it was on NBA TV that they brought him in, but it was a clip that was posted by, I believe, Bleacher Report. So they bring Charles on to ask him what he thought about the trade, right? This bombshell trade. And as Charles is giving his thoughts, he's talking about what the trade is, what he feels, how he feels it transpired and all that. He then gets to a point and he starts to say something that I was saying yesterday, which was this could signal the end of the LeBron James era in Los Angeles. And this is something that I alluded to yesterday. So what we want to do is we're going to play what Charles had to say here about his thoughts on this, and then we're going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to Charles Barkley here.
So this is going to be a great trade to see what happens the next X amount of years. I think the Mavericks are a win. Because, listen, I don't know who the second best team in the West is. The Oklahoma City Thunder are terrific. But I actually think, in my opinion, the Mavs are in that conversation as the second best team there right now. But the Lakers got what they wanted. They got a superstar going forward. I do think this kind of sets the end to like the LeBron James making all the decisions. They're like, hey, we love you, LeBron, but we're going to start what's doing best for the Lakers. That's what I got out of this trade from a Lakers standpoint. Because I don't know if they didn't come tell LeBron, because number one, Clutch Sports is Anthony's agent. But it seems like to me, they're like, hey, you know what? LeBron's on his last legs. Let's start getting us a star for the future. And it's going to be fun to talk about this trade, sit back and watch who wins the trade. I think both teams have to win a championship to say they won the trade. Both teams have to win. The only way you can win this trade if you win the championship. Like I saw Nico say, they probably got a 3 to 5 year window because Kyrie's great, Anthony's great, and they got a really good team down there. The only downside with Luka being 25, they probably got a 10-year window. But whoever wins the championship is going to be the winner of this trade, plain and simple.
Chuck, you hit it on the head, and that's what you're saying is kind of where I am. Like, I think it's a really good trade for both teams for different reasons, because I think in Dallas's case, Dallas is win now mode. And you heard Nico talk about he fits their timeline. Him and Kyrie are in essence the same age. They got a really good roster. And the one issue Anthony Davis has always had is, I want to play my natural position, the 4. Well, they got a two-headed monster at the center position with Lively and Gafford. I feel like, to your point, I feel like they are, if they stay healthy, that they are built to be that team in the Western Conference. OKC has been amazing, but they match up. They're going to be hard for people to score on. because they don't just have great bigs. They got great bigs that can play at all three levels. When you talk about a young, lively Anthony Davis, as great as he is defensively, he's also really good offensively. He's a guy that can get you 30 a night in a matchup nightmare. And for the Lakers with Luka, they've now got a new face of the franchise. That guy is box office. And I think I guarantee you, and Chuck, you can speak to this, it probably humbled him a little bit to be traded like that because he thought he had the keys to that franchise, which he did. But there were definitely rumblings that they weren't thrilled with his approach to the professionalism of taking care of his body and investing in himself in a way where they felt comfortable. Because you know this, Chuck, they didn't have a problem paying him the money. If Luka hadn't shown them that maybe he wasn't as committed to his body, I don't think we'd ever be in this situation.
So you heard what Charles Barkley had to say. This is something I alluded to yesterday. Okay, this is something I alluded to, and I'm in a group of people that feel like LeBron didn't know that this trade was going down. I don't feel so. Number two, the reason why I felt like LeBron had nothing to do with this trade was, why would LeBron facilitate a trade that could possibly get him pushed out of LA? LeBron essentially would have been a part of a trade that got the Lakers a player that plays virtually the same position that he plays and plays with a similar playing style. Why would LeBron do that? Right? So I don't think LeBron knew anything about that trade. I said this yesterday, and I'm going to say it again today. I don't think he did. Regarding LeBron's time in LA, look, LeBron has been with the Lakers going on 7 years. They won a championship. They had some decent seasons. They had some poor seasons. But I think his time is up there. LeBron is, 40 years old now. He had his moment with Bronny James. And I think that, look, it's time possibly for LeBron James to move on, maybe to retire or go play with another team, right? Because I think the Lakers are trying to usher in a new era with Luka Doncic, and I'm not sure if LeBron is going to be a part of that. I don't think that the Lakers have LeBron in their future plans. Well, for the main reason being that he's 40 years old, right? He's 40 years old. So at a certain point, the Lakers would have to find a way to move on from it. Now, some people may be of the mindset that they think that the Lakers are going to win a championship this year and all of that. I'm not sure about that. The Lakers got worse defensively. They traded for a star who plays no defense, but he brings you a lot of things on offense with his playmaking and all of that. So I don't see this maybe being something that pushes them to the top of the conference. I could be wrong. I think Dallas is going to be better now, as I said yesterday, but I think ultimately the person who won this trade was the Lakers going into the future. You have to remember, Luka Doncic is 25 years old. He is 15 years younger than LeBron James. 15 years. Anthony Davis was 32, right? 32. So I think the Lakers won this trade going into the future, and therefore they won the trade because they're going to have many more cracks at potentially competing for an NBA championship instead of just being relegated to trying to compete for a championship this season. So I think that they won. In terms of LeBron's time in LA, I think LeBron has stayed. I mean, he did what he had to do. Right? He did what he had to do. Now it just seems like LeBron is just passing time, and maybe LeBron will, take this as an opportunity to go play with another contender. There's a story that I'm going to get to a little bit later, something that they may be working on for this trade deadline, which seems to be one of the craziest ones we've had in a long time, that we're probably going to get to a little bit later here today. But I think that, look, Charles Barkley may be onto something. So the question I have for you guys is this. Do you think that Charles has a point where he says that this may be a signal that may indicate the end of LeBron's time with the Lakers? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you guys on the next show. Peace.